Hey, I'm Simi Dre. As some of you guys know, I got married a few months ago, and honestly speaking, my wedding was literally the best day of my life. And it's crazy because I'd been dreaming about this day since I was a little girl, like many women do. So it was just incredible that I was finally able to have the wedding of my dreams, and I'm so grateful for it. But I decided to do a video about some of the things that I regret. And don't get me wrong, I feel regret is too strong a word, because I would rather say things that I would redo if I had the chance. And I have some plantain chips with me. These things are so addictive. Dogs have supersonic hearing because, like, as soon as I went like this, my dog just sat up. Do you want some plantain chips? Here. But these things are so good. But anyway, one of the things that I regret, it's so hard to talk and chew. One of the things I regret is not speaking to my photographer about the shots I wanted before the wedding. So I did my civil ceremony in Germany. And Germany is a completely different culture to what I'm used to. I grew up in London. Now I'm currently living in Lagos, Nigeria. And my husband was the one who chose the photographer. However, I wasn't in love with any of the shots she gave me. I mean, I didn't even have a proper full-length photo of both my husband and myself. And even the pictures she took of my family members and my friends just were not. There was nothing fantastic about them. And you know, most times, like on your wedding day, you do want a picture of your husband, a picture that you can frame. And unfortunately for me, I did not have that. And it's sad as well because some of the backgrounds she chose were not that fantastic. And the day we got married was a beautiful day in December. It had snowed the night before, so everywhere was white outside and the sun was shining. And we didn't even do a photo shoot outside. So I regret not speaking to her about my vision, what I wanted, and my mood board, because I mean, those pictures are literally your only keepsakes of your wedding, right? So yeah, I wasn't too impressed with the pictures she took. Another thing I regret is not breaking into my shoes before the wedding. So for my wedding, right, I just wanted everything to be shiny and new. I bought all my accessories, my shoes, my outfits, and I literally didn't touch them until my wedding day. And I should have broken into those shoes, because for my traditional wedding, I wore a gold pair of Giuseppe Zanotti shoes. And if you've ever seen a Nigerian traditional wedding, you know there is a lot of dancing involved. My feet were in pain within about 30 minutes. And bear in mind, I don't know how to dance. I have no rhythm. So I had no rhythm, and my shoes, my feet were killing me. So I was literally just dancing like a duck. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I cringe every single time I watch those videos. But you know what? It's fine. No regrets. My friends were just like, girl, what are you doing? And I'm like, I was doing the best I could do for a girl who has no rhythm. Yeah, but my feet were in pain. I was dancing like a duck. I should have broken into my shoes beforehand. On the topic of outfits, right? For my white wedding, I had a big ball gown dress. And bear in mind, I had always known since I was a little girl that I was going to have a massive wedding dress, because in my defense, what other opportunity am I gonna have to wear a dress that size, right? So my dress was designed by Valdron Sahiti, and they're in Europe, and I'm in Nigeria, which is in Africa right now. So I didn't have any time to fly to Europe and do fittings before my wedding. So the day they shipped it to me was the day I tried it on for the first time. And my stylist and my best friend came to my house, and we were so scared of ruining the dress. We wore gloves and we were handling the dress so delicately. And so we tried on the dress, but I only wore it for about 5 minutes before my stylist and my friend were like, okay, let's take it off so we don't stain it, we don't ruin it, so it's perfect for your wedding.
The dress? Yes! Yes! Wait, what did you say to the dress? Yes, 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 yes!
Now, if you've ever worn a ball gown dress before, you know that walking in this dress is difficult. I didn't realize how hard it would be. I was literally tripping over myself when I wore the dress. So I wish I had practiced walking in my wedding dress before the wedding, so I could have been a little bit more elegant when I walked. But luckily for me, none of the cameras captured me tripping up over myself. And I sort of literally just had to learn on the go. Like, you literally have to just kick the basket as you're walking. But it's very uncomfortable and it's very weird to like kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. I'm so glad I wore a massive ball gown wedding dress, and if I could do it all over again, I definitely would. I definitely would. Still on the topic about the way I looked, I would advise every single bride to look in the mirror every single time their makeup and their hair gets touched. So on my traditional wedding day, I wore 4 outfits. And one thing I'm glad I did was take pictures of every single outfit before the wedding started. And guys, like, I kid you not, I woke up at 5 a.m. to start my hair and makeup. Yes, 5 a.m. Start my hair and makeup so we could get as many pictures in as possible. So what we did was we started off with my bridal feathered robe, and I loved my hair and makeup for it. Then I changed into my traditional reception dress. I loved my hair and makeup. Then I changed into my blue beaded traditional outfit, and this was the first outfit I was wearing with a gele, which is a Nigerian sort of like head piece. And my makeup artist came and said she wanted to do a touch-up, and I didn't look in the mirror. I should have, because after I finished the photo session and I came back to my room to change into my gold outfit, I saw the pictures my stylist had taken on his phone, and then I realized that the parting in my hair, I had a center part. It was crooked, it wasn't straight. And don't get me wrong, I know it's hardly noticeable, but on your wedding day, you want to look your best. And every single time I look at pictures of myself in the gold outfit, like, guys, I literally can't take my eyes off my little crooked hairline. So I wish I had checked to make sure everything was perfect before taking the pictures. I mean, I was lucky enough that we were able to amend it before I went to the wedding ceremony, but for the pictures, those pictures last forever, and I just wish I had looked 100% in them. And then my final regret, which is probably my biggest regret of all, is I didn't write my wedding vows before the wedding. So for me, Nigerian weddings are crazy. Like, they're normally very big and there's a lot of people involved and a lot of planning. And to make matters difficult for me, because my husband's family and friends were flying into the country, we decided to do both the Nigerian traditional wedding and the white wedding in the same week. And my traditional wedding took place on a Wednesday in Ibadan, which is 2 hours away from where I live currently in Lagos. Because with Nigerian traditional weddings, they're always meant to take place in the hometown of the bride's father. And my father is from Ibadan. So my husband and I had to transport every single person to Ibadan, 2 hours away from where we live. We got married on Wednesday. On Thursday, we came back to Lagos. On Friday, you know, that was my final day for doing my last minute checks. And I spent most of the day as well with my family members and my husband's family members. And then on Saturday was the wedding. So on top of that, My wedding planner, who was also a friend of mine, she passed away about 2 weeks to my wedding, and I was like in such a weird emotional state because I had lost a friend, you know, and this is a girl I had been speaking to my wedding about for years, like from the time I met my husband, when we first started dating, you know, she was there. And on top of that, she was my wedding planner. So there was a lot for me to deal with. And I mean, we got a new wedding planner and, you know, we were able to sort everything out, but it was just very overwhelming for me, you know, planning a wedding, losing my friend, and I literally didn't have time, or didn't make time to have time to write my wedding vows. And this is my biggest regret, because on the day of my wedding, the priest asked my husband if he had vows to recite, and he did, and he recited these beautiful, beautiful, beautiful vows. And then the priest asked me if I had vows, and because I'm a presenter, talking is my job, I literally just started speaking from the top of my head, and it was beautiful, don't get me wrong. Even the priest was like, wow, that came straight from the heart. But I knew it would have been even more beautiful if I'd actually spent time to sit down and write how I felt. What I did though was, a few days after the wedding, I wrote my vows and I recited them to my husband, but I wish I'd actually written them before the wedding and recited them on my wedding day. So I think those would be my main regrets. But if you would like me to do another video about the things I'm glad I did on my wedding day that just made life so much easier for me, let me know and I'll record it in the next video. But in the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I will see you soon.